Hi children, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to learn about law of demand, right? So in this video we are going to talk about what you mean by law of demand and why this law of demand happens. What are the reasons of law of demand, right? Because children, most of the students, they know about the law of demand, but they don't know why it happens. Right? So in this video we are going to talk about why it happens and what do you mean by law of demand, right? So first of all, I will take a practical example to explain the law of demand, right? Okay, so children, as a rational consumer, we all are rational consumers, isn't it children? Right? So normally when the price of, okay, let's take iPhone, our goodies iPhone, right? What we are doing when the price of the iPhone increases, when the price of the iPhone being higher, are we going to buy, children? As a rational consumer, I don't want to buy that iPhone. Though I like it, I don't want to buy. When we buy a particular good, children, we look at the price of that particular good. And as a rational consumer, if a price of the particular good, if a price of iPhone is too much, we do not buy. Right? Okay, let's come into our topic. When the price of a particular good or when the price of the iPhone increases, we all are consumers. We don't have much of income. Then what we are doing actually, we do not buy that iPhone, isn't it, children? We are going to buy another phone, another type of phone. That, for example, we are going to buy we are going to buy a Samsung phone without taking iPhone, right? So when the price of an iPhone increases, definitely children, it reduces of buying iPhones. On the other hand, children, let's assume when the price of iPhone goes down, then what we are doing? Definitely we buy more and more iPhones, isn't it, children? That's our behavior. That's the behavior of the rational consumer. Children, that is meant by law of demand. When the price of the particular good reduces, we buy more and more. But when the price of the particular good increases, we reduce our quantity demand of that particular good. Children, that is the meaning of law of demand. Then what kind of relationship between the price of that particular good and the quantity demand of that good? Negative relationship. Inverse relationship. What does it mean? When the price of iPhone increases, people, they do not buy that product. But when the price of iPhone goes down, people, they increase their consumption, they increase their quantity demand of that iPhone. That is the meaning of law of demand. It's a theory, children, right? So when the price of the iPhone goes down, what we are doing as a rational consumer, okay, we are thinking that is worth than this Samsung phone, than Sony phone. Then what we are going to buy that product more and more. We are going to buy that product means what happened to the quantity demand of iPhones? Quantity demand of iPhones goes up, children. On the other hand, let's assume when the price of iPhone goes up, okay, it's a bad news for us, isn't it, children? Then what we are going? We do not buy, children. We reduce our consumption of iPhones and we are going to another particular type of phone. Let's assume Samsung, right? So what happened to the quantity demand of iPhones? The quantity demand of iPhones goes down. This is the meaning of law of demand. This is what we are talking about, law of demand, children. Here, children, we can see there is a negative relationship between price of the particular good and the quantity demand of that good. When the price goes down, the quantity demand increases, which means we are going to buy more and more when the price of our particular good reduces. On the other hand, what happens if price of the iPhone increases? Children, it's a bad news. So we do not buy that product. We reduce our consumption. We reduce the quantity demand of that good. So, if there is a negative relationship between price of a particular product and the quantity demand of that product, you already know X means our concerned good. So concerned good is our iPhone, according to my example, right? So when there is a negative relationship between price of the particular good and the quantity demand of that good, that is what we are talking about, law of demand, right? There are reasons why it happens. There are reasons, children, right? So we are going to talk about such things also, right? So I hope you all understood this part, law of demand. So what do you mean by law of demand? In a certain period of time, children, we assume we are talking about a particular time period, for 1 year, for 1 month, for 1 day, for 1 week. We are going to talk about on a particular time period, right? In a certain time period, when all other factors affecting demand held constant, remains constant. What do you mean by that? When all other factors affecting demand held constant except the price of the particular good. Children, can you remember what are the factors affecting demand? Can you remember, children? What are the factors affecting demand? One is price of the particular good, price of the concerned good. The other one, price of other related goods, right? Price of other related goods, price of substitute goods and price of complementary goods. Then, yes, consumer taste. Definitely our taste affects our demand. When our taste increases, if we like so much of a particular good, we buy more and more. Isn't it? That is our taste. On the other hand, our income, yield. Why yield? Our income, person's income, consumer's income definitely affects the demand of a particular good. And number of consumers in the market. The number of consumers for iPhones increases, definitely, children, demand for that product increases. මිනිස්සු වැඩියෙන් iPhones වලට ඉන්නවනම් Samsung phones වලට වඩා demand එක iPhones වල වැඩි Samsung phones වලට වඩා. That is the meaning of number of consumers. Then future expectations of prices. Future expectations of prices and some other factors. For example, marketing expenses, marketing, advertising, politics. These are factors affect to the demand, right? Here children, when we talk about law of demand, we assume, that is an assumption, that is very important point children. You all have to remember. When we talk about law of demand, these factors except the price of the particular good, except the price of our concerned good, that is our concerned good according to my example is iPhones. So this price, the price of the iPhone only changes. All other factors affecting demand remains constant. When we talk about law of demand, so in a certain time period, when all other factors affecting demand held constant except what? Except the price of the particular good. Which means children, only the price of the particular good changes. Price of the particular good might be decreases or increases. All other factors affecting demand held constant, right? So in a certain time period, when all other factors affecting demand held constant except the price, if there is a negative relationship between the price of the concerned good and the quantity demand of that good, that is law of demand. If there is a negative relationship between the price of the concerned good and the quantity demand of that good is called the law of demand. Right children? So that is the meaning of law of demand. So again we'll look at our example. Normally when the price of iPhone goes up, we reduce our consumption. We do not buy children. Right? Then what happened to quantity demand? The number of amounts that we buy definitely goes down children. Right? But on the other hand, when the price of iPhones decreases, it's a good news for us, isn't it children? Then what we are going to do? We buy more and more iPhones because we like more for iPhones, right? Which means we buy more and more iPhones, which means children, what happened to quantity demand? The quantity demand of iPhones goes up. So here you can see the directions are going opposite side, right? Here when decreases, here this increases. Here when increases, here quantity demand decreases, right? So there's a negative relationship between the price of the concerned good and the quantity demand of that good. That is the meaning of law of demand, right? So we'll see the definition of law of demand, then we can conclude our video. Okay, let's take. So you all have to remember, when other factors affecting demand should be held constant children, right? But in practical world, all such factors affecting to demand at once, right? But when we talk about law of demand, we assume other factors factors remains constant, only the price of the particular good changes. Otherwise, children, it is so difficult to explain the law of demand. That's why we assume, we have an assumption, that is, other factors affecting demand held constant, only the price of the particular good changes, right? So, how can we define the law of demand? In a particular time period, when all other factors affecting demand held constant, there is a what kind of relationship? Negative relationship, right? There is a negative relationship between what? Between price of the concerned good, price of the iPhone according to our example, and the quantity demand of that good, right? Between the price of the concerned good and the quantity demand of that good. So this is the meaning of, this is the definition of law of demand. I hope all you understood our lesson. So if you have any doubt, please comment in our comment box. So definitely I will reply for your doubt. So thank you so much, children. Have a nice day.